Alright, back again with a quick update. I didn't bring the GoPro deal out here today. I still gotta try to figure out the time-lapse deal. I know I can time-lapse with Vegas, but I'd like to set up just a time-lapse screenshot, whatever, like a picture every half second or every second or something like that, and just do it that way, just for a smaller video size. Because the first one, I think the second one was pretty large to render. It took forever to render, and then it took a while to upload too. But anyway, so these are the front brackets. The front end for the rotisserie is done. Not the best welder, but I think these look pretty decent. Some of them are undercut and some of them weren't enough heat. But these are the front frame brackets, and these on the insides here are no filler. I didn't want to fill it up. I just pretty much wanted to make sure it had good adhesion there, just for an added extra, so they're hella undercut. But they're not really necessary, I don't even think, for structure there. The back sides back here on the tops aren't welded. I don't know if I'm going to. I really don't think it's necessary, really. I think just that seam and this top seam is all it's needed. But these are all TIG welded. I wanted to make sure I had good penetration on these brackets, since these are going to be holding the car. Now these nuts are MIG. They're not as structurally important, since these just clamp it to the bars. One pass on each side, I think, was done with TIG. And actually, I think this one over here was all MIG. One of these was TIG'd, and I can't tell now. There's TIG, I know. So you don't see any pop and spatter on it. And this side here was TIG. I don't think I TIG'd this side. Maybe it looks like it's all MIG. Could have sworn I did 2 passes. But anyways, so that's done. That's the rear shackle pieces. I still have to clean them, put the nuts on them. Nuts are right there, and the arms I still have to fab up. This is a pain in the ass. So back whenever I did this, I should have planned ahead. Like I said, I should have drilled that hole before I welded it up. I should have drilled this hole before I welded it up. I should have drilled those holes before I welded them up. So what I'm gonna do is, this one's drilled out to the size now. I want to say this is 7/8 bolt, grade 8. I don't think grade 8 is necessarily required, since it's shear force. It's not tensile strength on this. Like, it's not holding anything tight or being bolted down tight. It's literally just a pin. So I don't know if that's really necessary, but I went ahead and got grade 8 anyways, because Tractor Supply doesn't have these zinc coated in that size. They go from 3/4 to 1 inch. And I wasn't paying 25 bucks for a 1-inch drill bit. I already paid 20 bucks a piece, at least, for those 3 from Tractor Supply back when I needed them. So this still has to be drilled. No, not that, sorry, this. This still has to be drilled. What I'm gonna do is set it back in there, pin it to the jack, and probably lift the jack up a little bit, because I think it bottoms out on the tube right now. So I don't think I'm gonna put a pin on the very lowest setting. I'm gonna bring it up about maybe 2 inches and mark it and drill a hole, bring it up another 2 inches probably, drill a hole, another 2 inches, drill a hole, and so on. I really don't know exactly how high these need to be or the rough spot for the center rotating mass to be. The car is roughly 6 foot wide at the widest point where the wheel wells are. So I'm guessing it needs to be at least half that height to be able to rotate. So this stands roughly a foot off the ground, close to it's like 10 inches or so. So I'm thinking with the center hub down there at 4 foot, that ought to be about right, because it's not gonna be able to go much higher than that anyways, because it's an 8-foot ceiling. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to rotate the car all the way over. I might have to do partial rotate, like up on its side, just so I can spray underneath, and then go to the other side and lift it up halfway and do the same thing. But anyways, I gotta go back to Tractor Supply again because I broke one of these. It just locked up one of the, I think one of the little flaps inside that the air rotates, just sheared off. It literally was just spinning at whatever, 20,000 RPM, whatever the hell it is. Spinning fast as hell, and it just instant locked. Scared the shit out of me. I thought it like blew up in my hand because it hit hard when it did. I thought I don't even know what it locked out. I didn't know what happened. I thought something blew up inside it or whatever. It kind of freaked me out, but that's trashed. I tried taking it apart to see if I could fix it, but it's definitely sheared off. So these are the rear pieces. I'll probably have to cut these down and adjust them, but those sliders that are up there that slip onto the arm will have this welded to it probably, and I'll have to cut down, like I said, to whatever length I need, and then this piece will be what these will get chopped down to like 5" and tee up probably, and that will bolt on to the rear leaf spring shackle areas that I showed before back here, that right there. But that's where I'm at. I've been drilling holes and drilling holes, and it took forever to get that, and I'm gonna see if I can borrow my dad's big, I think it's an auger drill, whatever the drills that are used to drill through studs for electrical. He's an electrician, or was, so he's got that big ass drill I can probably use. Because this one ain't doing the trick. It's old as hell, and I'm about to burn it up. I've been trying to let it cool in between drills, but it's getting to where now it'll drill, and I put pressure on it. I used to never be able to stop this thing. Now I can put enough forward pressure on it and it just stops moving. So it's taking forever to drill these holes that way, because these big bits, you can't spin fast. You have to apply a lot of force to them so they'll cut. Otherwise you burn them up. But I don't know if I showed this before, but so apparently these rotisseries normally use Acme rod. I went to Tractor Supply, bought this, and after trying to figure out what size I needed, I think this is, well, I guess I can just look at the thing. This is 7/8 rod. I was originally thinking 3/4. They had 7/8. I think they had 1" as well. I don't think they had but one of these for the 1" is why I went ahead and got the 7/8. But anyways, after I bought this, I started thinking maybe I needed to order Acme rod or order a balancer kit, because I was worried about the all thread being able to sport. All thread most of the time is used for anchoring or suspending things. I don't know how it would do lifting things. In fact, they say on these nuts, do not use for lifting or pulling of a weight or human support. So they're definitely not rated for it. But after looking at CJ Pony's rotisserie, which a good part of mine was based on, they use all thread, and it looks like they use 3/4 all thread. So I think I'll be good. The Acme rod's expensive as hell, and nowhere local sells it, and the metal places online that sell it, most of them, the ones that I need, are the Acme rod that's the size I need and decently priced. They have the rod, they don't have the nut. So I'd have to order from like 2 different places, and I found a balancer kit that's $60 online that I could have ordered. If this all in all was like $35, maybe $40. So I'm gonna go this route. If for some reason this craps out or ends up stripping, then I guess I'll be changing the Acme rod at that point. Hopefully it won't damage the car or anything that I'm working on, whatever. Obviously there's most likely be a car on there, but hopefully it won't drop it. I think that's it for now, guys. I think that's all I've done is just been welding a lot. But all right, guys, I'll probably make another video tomorrow. I might try to get some actual work footage. I'm gonna try to see if I can order a lens online for the GoPro, so I can put a weld lens over the front and you can actually see welding. I don't know if some people, I'm sure some people like to watch weld footage. That one's snug. It still spins, I just can't do it by hand. The one. All these other ones I can spin by hand, no problem. That one just ease up. But anyways, some people probably want to see weld footage, actually see the welding happening. So I'll try to get a lens for that, so I can just tape or however the hell over the front of it, so you can see that as well. But leave a comment or something if that's what you want to, if that's something that would interest you, or anything else. If you want to see me doing boring drilling shit again, let me know. In my opinion, I think that the labor port is probably boring as hell. These quick updates is probably more likely what people would actually watch, just to more or less to see how the car is coming along. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching.